Hey folks, it's time for yet another custom lesson. This one has been requested by Pheoxin. The custom lesson request is as follows: a damage over time build that focuses on applying status effects with the possibility to leave the enemy to die on his own in agony while you can laugh in the distance. And then please use other ninjutsus than the Hayabusa stuff and some nice Onmyo magic. The weapons will be dual swords and then either Tonfa or fists. I've gone with Tonfa, and the spirit's up to me. Soul cores will be Kasha on one of them, and I can do whatever I want. So just to reiterate, these custom lessons are for anybody. This is not like, oh hey, you gotta pay to get this. You can make a request and I will happily indulge it. And second, I don't necessarily do builds, so anything that involves around stuff like a set bonus and whatnot is not necessarily what these are about. It's more of a gameplay guide on how to really work with this setup, as opposed to let's do big boy damage numbers or anything like that. But enough about that, let's get on to what I'm working with. So I'm using Demon Horde Dual Katana and Demon Horde Tonfa. Again, I just like having the anima bonus grapple. This is not necessary, this is pure luxury and just makes custom lessons for me easier to make. I've got Imbue Corruption, Life Drain, Active Skill, and that's pretty much it. Don't worry so much about the plus levels or anything like that. Let's get on to the Guardian Spirits. Now, if we're going with damage over time, the two main things that work are going to be poison and fire. So I went with those. So the main poison Guardian Spirit in the game is Shirohami, in that it imbues poison on your yokai abilities. So the soul cores that I picked can do that. So Magatsu Warrior is great. Gaki is a great one. Kiryoki is a good one. Another one that I've used is Nightmare Bringer. So I was debating putting Nightmare Bringer on instead of Magatsu Warrior, but I figured, let's not bother, because I actually do have other soul cores which are pretty expensive, and Magatsu Warrior will kind of be like your super key damage play anyway. So I wanted this over Nightmare Bringer, but you can certainly use that because you can inflict basically 4 elements at once. You got fire, water, and lightning, and then potentially poison with Shirohami, which is a big deal. But yeah, so this is going to imbue poison on all of these, and it's great. And so Magatsu Warrior, get this one up to rank 30 because this stat specifically, Anima Charge bonus, cumulative damage is great on a Brute Spirit. I got Yokai Ability Key Pulse. This happened to have Anima, so it's pretty cool. Gaki can be used also to inflict poison, not to mention we get Life Drain Yokai Ability Hit, which is pretty cool. I didn't bother ranking this up, but it doesn't hurt. These lock stats are, all things considered, pretty good. Last, we have Kiryoki. I ranked this up a bit, not really necessary unless you prize these stats. I was mostly just testing this Anima Charge bonus. But as you may notice, all of these have Yokai Ability Key Pulse, so it's not like I was going for perfect stats. You only need one instance of Yokai Ability Key Pulse and you're good to go. Now, because we're going with damage over time, I wanted a fire-based Guardian Spirit that worked with this setup, and Suzaku I went back to once again. Burn Accumulation, which is great, and then Life Drain Fire Attack, which, again, I have worked with Kasha for this very reason. Life Drain Fire Attack, Life Drain Yokai Ability Hit. You can basically turn a huge damage dealer into an elixir of sorts. It's great. You move faster. What's not to love? Get this up to rank 30 for sure. This happens to have a cool anima bonus, which helps, but is not necessary in the slightest. Again, as you can tell, I just picked one that I thought would be appropriate. I really don't do any water damage with this setup, so this is kind of redundant. For a quick cancel core, I went with Infernal Oni-bi because fire damage. What's not to love? Feel free to boost this as well. We do some elemental damage, and doesn't hurt to get this anima bonus up. But all I really cared about was Yokai Ability Key Pulse. Last but not least, I was thinking of other options, but I wanted something that would kind of take place in the event that damage over time didn't work, so I went with Ryomen Sukuna. It's great, and we have the potential to inflict Saturate on a target, courtesy of the fact that it can do fire and water damage, so it's nice. And not to mention, there's a potential we'll be confusing enemies, especially in my case, since I'll be using corrupted weapons. And on top of that, Pheoxin wants to use Onmyo magic, so here you go. Why not? You can, of course, layer in whatever jutsu you like, but again, these custom lessons are more about how to pilot this setup. So that's kind of everything that went into play. And now let's just show some yokai shift stuff in action. And this is where things can really become a lot of fun. So I'll just pop it right now. Very nice. And let's just go. What you got? Whew. That's always solid. Look at that. Got my damage over time. How's that coming? All right, let's just see. Will he die? The answer is yes. So yeah, pretty crazy. Damage over time itself may not be the highest, but it is pretty noticeable in like short bursts. Just having like that little extra bit of damage is pretty rad. Pretty wild, huh? See other things you can do. Like double shockwave certainly feels pretty cool. Let me show that one more time. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, isn't it? It's pretty devastating. Suzaku is going to be a little different. This is definitely more in the specialist aisle, but you've got Oni-bi for your quick cancel core. Use a Guardian Spirit, throw a Kasha alongside it. Yeah, pretty devastating, and I haven't even included Ryomen. Ryomen is something that I would advise, let's see, how would I use it? Like so. Yeah, it's pretty devastating. Pretty freaking devastating. Let's murder a human with it, because why not? So yeah, it's definitely quite monstrous. But again, I know I was thinking of Nightmare Bringer before, but given the fact that Kasha costs 7, Ryomen's 8, I was like, I don't really want a 10 cost on top of that. But let's showcase some weapon-based combos that can be kind of fun. And again, this is all fairly native to the soul cores in terms of the damage application over time. Oh, really? Come on, dude. Don't make me look bad. Very nice. If you, of course, want to use different weapons, feel free to do so in terms of their element. Here we go. Let's see what's possible. You always got the quick cancel option. Oh, come on, Ryomen. I was too close to the target, really. So yeah, you always got fire and poison more or less at your disposal, which can be a lot of fun. What you got? You also got Matsunaga Hisede, which is, you know, kind of hilarious. It's super dead. He's just gonna die. I'll just watch him die. Oh, I didn't even get to stifle a laugh. That's the important part. You gotta make sure to laugh at your opponents after you brutally murder them. Alright, let's see what else I can pump out. Oh, no, don't get grabbed. Come on. Brutality. Yeah, it can be pretty crazy. You pretty much are like only really missing lightning or purity, depending on the weapons you use. But yeah, you can easily remedy that without too much effort. He's dead. He's dead, I told you. But yeah, you've got a lot of damage and a lot of power, which is why I wanted low-cost cores such as Oni-bi and even Gaki. Even Kiryoki's pretty low-cost, comparatively speaking. Very nice. Dead. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It is really crazy. Let me see if I can find something a bit more unique. They're just gonna die. I don't know how else to put it. You can have so much damage potential, it can be silly. Of course, that's when the stars aligned, which is why I had other cores to work regardless of their ability to inflict an ailment. Come on, buddy. You know, I like how the terrain basically just blocked a lot of crap. Alright, let me show some other things I can do. Hey, that was rude. Here, take a Gaki. And then die. There you go. That's peak form. I'll come up with maybe like 1 or 2 other things, and then I think I'll call it here. Gotta see what I can generate. Come on, Raijin, can you be nice? Obviously, having Tonfa gun is always nice. Oh, I didn't get to stifle the laugh in time. That's okay. Maybe I'll do a better job. All right, fine. One more time. We gotta make sure we have the laugh emoji, whatever, go into action. All right, now we're gonna laugh. Point and laugh, my friends. Point and laugh. Okay, let's do that to the human, and then, yeah, I'll definitely be done here. Hey, hey. Block, I dare you. Really, Gaki? Okay, this is why nobody likes you, dude. Hey, how's it going, buddy? It's not, you're dead. But yeah, you got a lot of options, and it's certainly fun. So yeah, you'll see how this all pans out in the gameplay showcase. I'll see you guys soon enough. Alrighty, let's see how this works out. So I need to basically kill my opponents with damage over time effects. And you're going to see a lot of that work out on the boss, of course. But even when that doesn't work, this stuff is still powerful. And that's really what I wanted to emphasize, is that these cores on their own are still really effective, even if they aren't at their max effectiveness. So you're going to see a good portion of that during some of this scroll, but again, it doesn't matter. The stuff on Shirohami is still really good on its own. It's just that Shirohami really pushes it to the top with its ability to apply poison. But yeah, let's watch this. He's poisoned, and I use Mortal Flow, and I haven't even tapped into fire, which, if you can imagine, fire would just make this go crazy. But you're gonna see that on the boss, Purple Aquaman, who frustrates pretty much anybody, and the purple version is no exception. So he's particularly vulnerable to fire and poison, and I think overall the duration of this fight, and as you can see with the YouTube remaining runtime, is not that much. He's gonna die really, really quickly, especially when I start layering in Yokai Shift. So I'm actually waiting until he gets into the Dark Realm to do a lot of crazy stuff, but that was the plan originally, anyway. But as you can see, that didn't really work the way I had wanted it to. So now here, look, let's get poison off. Excellent. All right, Yokai Shift time. Let's beat him to a pulp. All right, this is where it starts to get crazy. I've already broken his shell. I'm waiting for Dark Realm to apply poison. Done. Let's get some fire mixed in. Fire done. Look at this damage over time. Fang break. Oh boy. This is not with confusion, by the way. There's no confusion involved right now. This is just straight damage over time, alright? It's crazy. Look how much this Yokai Shift has basically carried me on its own. It is nuts. Got the constant fire, got the constant poison, and yeah, that's already basically, what, 2/3 of the fight? And then I didn't actually get to use Fire Oni-bi as much as I'd like, because I don't actually think I used it at all. It's just because the stuff happens so quickly. He's just going to die so much. Ryomen Sukuna getting fire once again. He's of course resistant to water, which is again not an issue here. Alright, do I throw out Kasha? Yeah. Let's just watch Kasha obliterate, of course, as always. And then just deal with the Kamitachi things. He's almost dead. He's almost dead. This fight's basically over. So I throw on Gaki, and I'm like, you know what? I feel confident enough to do the following. Let's laugh. Oh, I'm still fine. Now I'm going to laugh anyway. Yeah, that worked. That worked really well. So hopefully you enjoyed this damage over time showcase. Thank you guys so much for watching. I, of course, hope this was informative and helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.